there is this person who called me and told me that he's an apostle and is in my hometown, so he was interested to come and see where I live. So I gave him the direction and he was brought. In fact, he hired a motorcycle. So when he came over, we sat a bit and talked, and actually told the motorcycle rider just to go back. So when he told the motorcycle rider to go back, it was a red flag to me because we had not agreed that he was going to stay here. So I asked myself, if this motor rider goes, then how he will be going back to the place he's coming from, because I live outside the town and this fellow had come from a distant place which is something like 300 kilometers. So when I told the motorcycle rider not to go, he told the motorcycle rider to excuse us a bit so that we can talk privately. So he told me that he had come for a seminar in my hometown and the seminar is supposed to start tomorrow. So each and every person is supposed to cater for his or her accommodation, food and other things. So he was asking me to support him by allowing to stay in my place so that he can attend the seminar tomorrow. So I asked myself, this fellow is simply carrying the Bible, no clothes, no nothing. So how was he going to change? Okay? And the most funny thing is he had traveled almost 300 kilometers. So I said to myself, if this fellow has no money, then the money he had used for fare or for transport, he would have given to his family to spend on food. Okay? Because things like seminars are not compulsory. I told this apostle that I'm not in a position to support him with money, and I'm not ready for him to stay in my place because he had not given me that information beforehand. So when you meet somebody online, whether he's a pastor, he's a reverend, he's an apostle, does not matter who, take your time to know the person. Okay? Take your time, talk to the person using video, and after the person has gained your confidence, and you know sincerely that this is a very sincere individual, then there is no problem, you can exchange visits. But before you know somebody, even if you are invited to another country, you could be dealing with a scammer. We have people who are using other people's photos in their profiles. You can chat, they can invite you, you travel, but you find there is nobody even at the airport to meet you. Okay? So there is so many things that you need to take in consideration before you take somebody as a friend or as a confidant. Because you have seen for yourself that, for example, when you have a job, you could be having friends, but when you lose that job, they simply disappear. Or if you have a business and it is doing very well, those people will be around you. But when you are facing challenges or your business collapses, they also disappear. So before you take somebody into your confidence or you regard someone as a friend, take your time. There is this American friend of mine who is a pastor, and she was to come to Kenya. So she talked to another pastor to arrange for her accommodation. What the pastor did was, he went ahead and talked to the hotel management to increase the hotel accommodation charges to that American lady so that he could get a commission. When the pastor came over to Kenya, and this other Kenyan pastor told her that he was having a children's home and he needs some support, and so he took this American lady to a children's home to see for herself how those children are faring on. The funny thing is, This children's home did not belong to this pastor, but he had actually talked to somebody with an agreement that if anything is given to the children's home, then he will get something out of it. So when you are dealing with people, whether somebody is a pastor, is a reverend, is an apostle, is a bishop, does not matter who. Just be careful. Take precaution. Human beings are human beings. Okay? If you need an advice, for example, you may go to somebody whom you regard as a friend, but the fellow may give you a wrong advice. Okay? The fellow may be jealous of what you are trying to do, or the fellow may just be interested to see you suffering. So for him or her to give you the right advice may not be there. So even when you are seeking an advice from people you call friends, just take your time. You can seek an advice from different people, then you just sit and analyze. From 10 people whom you have talked to, if you find that 6 of them are giving you almost the same advice, then well and good, you can take the advice. But if you find that majority are not giving you whatever you think is right, then you have to forgo and use your own brain. Okay? Sometimes you need to contact professionals to advise you rather than going to people you believe are close to you for an advice, yet they may not even have an idea of the type of advice which they are supposed to give you. For example, you want to deal with things online, maybe you want to open a business online, but here you are seeking an advice from somebody who does not even have an email, who does not even know how the internet is working. Surely, what kind of an advice will you get from the individual? Or you are married, but here you are seeking an advice from somebody who is not married. Okay? The person has not experienced the struggles of marriage. Oh, okay? Or somebody is advising you to divorce your wife or husband, while the very individual is actually single. You see, this kind of things doesn't work out. Okay? So when you are married, sometimes it is much better to seek an advice from somebody who is married, who is going through challenges like the ones you are going through. If you are divorced, you can seek an advice from somebody who is divorced or just married. Okay? So there are so many things which you only need your own analysis and focus before you decide to act upon them. Okay? So in a nutshell, before you take somebody as your confidant or as a friend, take your time. It does not matter whether somebody is a pastor, is a bishop, because each and every individual has their own challenges. Don't demean yourself whereby you believe that somebody is more intelligent than you are not. You have the same brain, different capacities, okay? Different experiences. That is why I can come to you to advise me, or you can come to me to advise you, because we live in different environments, we have different experiences, different focus, and many other things. Okay? So when you contact me for an advice, I can only advise you based on my own experience. It doesn't mean that my advice could be right. When I contact you to advise me, you can only advise me based on your own experience. It doesn't mean that your advice could be right. Now it is up to me or you to analyze whether whatever advice we are giving each other is progressive, is going to take us forward or backward. Okay? Another thing is that in many cases, when you have friends who are just too talkative or they are no all type, there is nothing they can tell you. Because in many cases, there is no conversation, it is just a monologue. They know everything. When you meet somebody who knows everything, that is a very bad sign. Or it's somebody who talks too much, okay? Or simply gossiping about his friends. The way he's talking about his friends is the way he's talking about you with his friends, okay? Those are the characters which you need to avoid at all costs, okay? So I really appreciate your presence. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. May God bless you.